Imagine this. You wake up one morning next to her. She's everything you ever wanted. Her scent on your sheets, the shape of her legs wrapped around your life, the softness in her voice calling your name. You've won. You've done it. She's yours. But something starts to shift. She's colder now, colder than yesterday, colder than before you gave her everything. Her laughter feels rehearsed, her touch absent. Her eyes don't look at you anymore, they look through you. You feel it, don't you? The slow death of your masculinity, the subtle drain of your soul. And yet, when you bring it up, she tells you it's nothing, that you're imagining it, that maybe you're just too sensitive, but you're not imagining it. You're waking up to something terrifying, something most men will spend their whole lives denying. She doesn't love you the way you love her. And that's the forbidden truth women don't want you to understand. Because once you see it, you'll never see them the same again. Arthur Schopenhauer did. He saw through the veil. He stripped away the romance, the flowers, the fairy tales, and exposed something primal, raw and ruthless, hiding inside feminine desire. Women are by nature meant to be the instrument of the propagation of the species, he wrote. Everything in them is directed toward this end. To most men this sounds offensive, cold, misogynistic even. But pause. Don't flinch. Don't dismiss it. Understand it. Schopenhauer wasn't mocking women. He was mocking the delusion men carry. The illusion that she loves you for your soul, that she's loyal to your personality, that she's enchanted by your poetry, your thoughts, your purpose. Number. She is loyal to something deeper, something older, something biological, and if you ignore it, you will become a slave to it. And this is where it gets darker, because the moment you understand what women are truly wired to want, you stop trying to impress them and start asking a more dangerous question. If she's not here for my soul, then what is she here for? Is it your status, your strength, your genes? Is it your ability to provide, protect, and dominate other men? Is it your usefulness? And what happens the moment you stop being useful? Do you really think she'll stay? This is the shadow Schopenhauer shined a light into, and why most women despised him for it. Not because he was wrong, but because he was too right. He forced men to confront what most are too weak to even consider. That romantic love, as we've been taught to believe in it, is a lie designed by nature to enslave the male spirit to reproductive necessity. And here's where Stoicism enters the battlefield. The Stoic does not hate women. He doesn't resent their nature. He studies it, he accepts it, and then he transcends it, because only when you see clearly can you act freely. You want the love story, the myth, the dream. But you must ask yourself, is it real, or is it just the bait? And if it's just the bait, who benefits from your blindness? Who profits from you giving her everything while she gives just enough to keep you addicted? Schopenhauer wanted you to wake up, not to hate, not to dominate, but to finally see the truth behind the mask. And the most terrifying part? The mask is so beautiful, you'd rather stay blind. The hidden problem and its psychological, philosophical roots. Why do so many men refuse to see it? Why do they double down on the delusion, even as their hearts are breaking and their dignity is dissolving? Because the lie is comforting. Because the truth is devastating. You were raised to believe that love is sacred, that women are naturally nurturing, selfless, tender beings who want to connect deeply with the soul of a man. You were told that if you're kind, vulnerable, and emotionally present, you will be chosen. That if you give her your heart, she'll protect it like something holy. But Schopenhauer stood in front of that fairy tale and shattered it with a single hammer blow. The man is the one who loves, and the woman is the one who is loved. In that one sentence lies the entire asymmetry. Men fall in love with the idea of love. Women fall in love with what a man represents. This is the hidden mechanism, the unspoken truth that most philosophy tiptoes around and most modern psychology refuses to admit. Her attraction to you is not about your essence. It's about your utility to her future. Schopenhauer believed that women are not moral creatures in the same sense men are, not because they are evil, but because their biology doesn't reward truth, it rewards strategy. He called it nature's cunning, a built-in system that makes women act with short-term sweetness to achieve long-term survival. This isn't a condemnation, it's clarity. Because once you strip away your projections, the poetry, the fantasies, the Hollywood hypnosis, you begin to see her as she is, not cruel, not angelic, but pragmatic. She selects, she seduces, she attaches only to what can secure her position. Her emotions aren't fixed, they're fluid, adapting to status, social proof, and male power. And her loyalty, it lasts exactly as long as your value does. Modern psychology backs this up, though in softer words. Evolutionary biologists like David Buss have shown that women are hypergamous by default. They seek upward mobility in mating. They are biologically tuned to screen, filter, and test men for the best possible genetic and survival advantages. You've felt this. In her flakiness, in her sudden coldness after you opened up, in the way she just wasn't feeling it anymore, the moment your ambition took a hit. You were told she'd stay for love, but she's wired to stay for security, emotional, physical, social. And that's the hidden force, Mother Nature herself, using female biology as a vessel to carry out her brutal mission, propagation at all costs. So when you say, she changed, when you say, she used me, when you say, I gave her everything and she just walked away, what you're really saying is, I mistook biology for destiny. Schopenhauer wasn't trying to turn you against women. He was trying to turn you away from illusion. He knew that once a man sees women clearly, not as goddesses, not as villains, but as biological agents of nature, he can finally escape the suffering that comes from misplaced expectation. This is where Stoicism gives you the shield. While the romantic man is destroyed by betrayal, the Stoic is fortified by realism. He doesn't demand loyalty from female nature. He demands loyalty from himself, to truth, to purpose, to inner mastery. He understands what Epictetus taught. Don't hope that events will turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whatever way they happen. This is the path to peace. And so the Stoic man stops asking for her to love him in a way she cannot. He stops performing. He stops pleading. He stops building his identity around being chosen, and instead, he begins to choose himself. Here's the paradox. The moment you release the desire to be loved by a woman for your true self, the moment you stop expecting her to understand your soul or carry your burden, is the moment you begin to stand like a man. Not bitter, not broken, but unshakable, because now you no longer serve the myth. You see the mechanics, and in seeing them, you are finally free. But this freedom isn't without cost, because the moment you understand female nature as Schopenhauer did, the moment you feel her smile and realize it is not always rooted in truth but often in necessity, you will begin to see the world itself differently. And that change, that unraveling of your illusions, is just beginning. Now you know, and once you know, you can't go back. You can't unsee the masks. You can't unhear the lies you once whispered to yourself in the name of love. You can't forget the moments you begged to be seen by someone who was only ever looking for survival. It hurts. It should hurt. Because this isn't just about women. It's about waking up from the most seductive illusion nature ever crafted, that your value as a man lies in being chosen. But now, you don't beg to be chosen. You don't live to be adored. You don't build your life around her approval. You become the kind of man who walks into a room and knows the game without needing to play it. You become the man who loves without becoming blind, who leads without needing applause, who suffers but does not collapse. This is where Stoicism and Schopenhauer collide into clarity. You can love women, you can sleep with women, you can even admire them, but you will never again be enslaved by the myth of romantic salvation. And that is the kind of freedom they don't want you to find. Because a man who no longer needs a woman's approval is a man the system can't manipulate, a man no woman can control, a man who lives by truth, not temptation. So here's your call to arms. Stop chasing her smile. Start mastering your mind. Let the pain you feel right now reforge you into something colder, cleaner, sharper. If this video made your chest ache, if something inside you feels broken but also alive for the first time, leave a comment below with the words, "I see now." Not for validation, but as a signal to yourself that your days of begging, chasing, and pretending are over. Subscribe to this channel if you're ready to strip away every illusion modern life sells you. Because this isn't about hating women. It's about seeing clearly and choosing power over fantasy. Women won't want you to find this truth, but once you do, they'll never forget you.